Welcome to another awesome episode of On the Line. I'm your host, Priestley, and in this episode, we're getting deep into ODP, the Olympic Development Program. On the Line, I can't believe it, episode 5. William, welcome. Friends, I want you to check out my buddy right here, William Marbray. Is that how we say the last name? All right. Now, this is a former ODP player who's played in the program from 2022 through 2024. You earned a spot on the ODP National Team in 2024. They're already coming. I'm excited to have you here, William. As part of the national team, traveled internationally. You competed in Costa Rica. That's awesome. We're going to talk about that. He's a graduate here in Howard County of Marriott Ridge High School. You were named first team all-county senior year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's amazing. And it gets bigger and better. This fall, you're continuing your soccer journey at NCAA Division III level, playing year 2, St. Mary's College. Love that. We're going to talk about college. That's so important. And just your life off the field. You are also an intern here at MSYSA. What's up, fam?
Oh, yeah.
And this part I am so excited to talk to you about, and I think it is so critical for us to really discuss this. You are a passionate advocate for sudden cardiac arrest, which is SCA awareness for youth sports. That's Damar Hamlin stuff right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So, all right, we're getting into some cool stuff. Welcome to On the Line, William. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling ready.
I love it.
Ready
All
to
right.
have a conversation.
We're doing this. Well, then let's talk. We're going to talk Maryland ODP. You played for 2 years?
Yes.
All right. So what made you want to sign up for that crew?
Well, I remember, I used to live in San Diego back, when I was in middle school, and, I had a couple of friends who played ODP, and it was, I just heard about it. They were like, oh, I did ODP, I never, thought about it really until, I moved here. I moved here during COVID in 2020.
Okay.
I played for SAC, Premier Blue, with Coach Nathan. He,
Shout out SAC and Coach
Nathan.
Nathan.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
he's one of the best.
He's awesome. He's genuinely one of the best coaches I've ever had. He's great. But I did that a little bit, and then some of my friends decided to sign up for ODP, and I was like, maybe I'll go ODP trial, see how it is.
It's really next level.
Oh yeah, no, it is 100%. And then I was like, I'll do it. I signed up, and it's been a great experience. It's changed my life, to say the least. I don't even know how to describe it. It's an awesome experience for sure.
Well, then what advice would you give a player who might be a little hesitant joining ODP or not even know what it is? And again, I just had Coach Jesse representing ODP on the line. It's the Olympic Development Program, and this is really one of the ways to the top.
I would say if you're hesitant, I just say take a shot at it. If you have the time and if you feel like you want to do it, especially because you're young, you have a lot of energy. I had a lot of energy, and I just wanted to play. So I think, even though it's an extra practice a week, an extra game every now and again, it's a great experience, and you get quality coaching. One of my favorite coaches, Coach John LaRocca.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been one of my favorite coaches ever. He's very structured. He brought me a lot of structure. He helped improve my game a lot. He gave me opportunities. I was a captain for that team for my second year, and he gave me an opportunity to do that as well. So it was just a complete blessing. It was just a great opportunity for me to just continue to develop my soccer skill and just help get closer to that college level.
How do you feel it was to be selected for the ODP, not just team, but the national team? Walk me through that moment, because that sounds like crazy. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember I'll start at the bottom. For Maryland, it was great being selected for Maryland, especially my second year. It was great because I had a bunch of friends on the team, people from last year's team, people from my high school. We had I think 5 kids from my high school play for that ODP team, so it was incredible.
And that was the Maryland.
Maryland,
team.
So
and then they select from those teams for this national. Is it a tryout situation?
So you go from Maryland to the regions and then to the national. So I got selected for the regional team from a tryout kind of thing. It was a bunch of people from I think we had 6 Maryland players get selected for the region tryout.
Is this up in Connecticut or something like that?
Yeah, mine was in Connecticut. Mine was in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
so,
okay. I'm following this.
Yeah. So we did that. It was a lot of games, a lot of just practice and stuff like that. So it was a great experience to do that. I got selected for the region team. We were pretty good. I think think we finished second or third because it was like north, south, east, and west. And the West team is, I think we might have finished third actually. The West and Midwest were really good. They were incredible because they made up a lot of.
And William came from San Diego, so you probably knew some players on the West side.
Yeah, I've heard of some of them. But they were all like, I looked at some of their like Instagram stuff and they were all incredible players. So I think like the West, like especially if you hear this and you're from the West or from the Midwest, do ODP. Your team's gonna be incredible.
Nice,
but yeah, like.
From the regionals, you then get seen.
Yeah,
for nationals?
For regionals, there's like national team coaches. Like that's kind of how it was like at every level. Like at the Maryland, at like the region event for all the state organizations, the region coaches are there and they watch. And then same thing for the national, like the national coaches they watch too.
Okay.
And like there's some college coaches there too. Like not many, but like there's a couple. But like I think like for the national, like. How it works is like you have like the team that gets selected and then you have like reserves. I was selected as one of the reserves at first because like I mean I didn't score at all unfortunately during the region event.
You're on the team,
but I was able.
I'm
saying, but I was able to get a spot and I was just it was incredible. I remember
saw you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought I played pretty well during the event. Definitely it was a great experience overall.
Now, when you're saying the event, is this the one in Costa Rica?
No, we did for regional. We did it in Florida. That was when we played all the like the north, like the Midwest, West, and South.
All
teams.
the country's regions.
Yeah. So we did that, and that was in Florida, and that was incredible. I love that experience. It was great soccer. Like generally, like I think outside of like college ODP, like that event was some of the better soccer I've played. Like just amazing players, amazing quality, like very, very high level, and I think like we took it on pretty well.
This is why we try ODP.
Oh yeah.
Don't hesitate. Just do it.
Just do it.
Some company once said that before. They might be successful.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you never know how far you could go. Like, I never thought that I'd make it to the national team, to be honest, when I first started. But
well, tell me, what was that like? I mean, I'm dying to hear. Costa Rica, it's a beautiful country,
it was
and
beautiful.
You're playing soccer.
Oh yeah. I remember I was on an official visit. I went to DePaul University, and I remember getting the email that I was selected. I was so happy. I was jumping for joy.
Seriously?
Yes, I was so happy because again, I wasn't selected at first, but then when I heard that a spot opened up, I was like, oh my goodness, like no way I was able to go. I was like, thank you. Like it was such a blessing.
So we're getting on a plane.
Yeah.
We're flying to Costa Rica. We're submerging ourselves in a whole new culture. What was that like?
That was incredible. I think like just being there, I liked how they kind of put us out like in the culture. Like I felt like it wasn't like they would keep us like kind of secluded and like kind
of. It wasn't like life on a resort where you were living.
Like we lived we literally lived in a hotel. And we were right there next to some of the cities, like
playing and interacting with the locals.
Yeah, and we did. We trained at this club. The abbreviation is LDA. I don't know their full name. I think it's from the province called Alajuela. I think it's a province in Costa Rica.
Amazing.
But that was where we trained, and it was a beautiful facility. Like it was awesome. We saw some of their first team players there too. So it just looked like a very high level environment.
What did you feel the Costa Rican brand of soccer versus U.S.? How do we compete?
I think based on the 3 games we played 3 under 21 teams, which is actually really good because we were an under 18 team.
Oh wow!
And I think their brand is a lot. They move a lot. And like it's something that the U.S. doesn't really do as much. And it's not to say it's bad, but it's just
styles.
It's just what it is.
Yes.
And like they move so much. Like I remember I would play on the wing a little bit, and they would have their outside back go like all the way up to forward, and their forwards would drop so deep. It's so hard to track.
He's giving me real chills.
It was.
I mean, it's all over.
Yeah, it's crazy to think of it. Like the style of play was just incredible, and it was like so. And they moved the ball so well, doing all that too.
Must have been an incredible education.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, they were so creative, and so like it just helped me think about the game in a different way for sure. So I think. Yeah, that was a great experience.
Do ODP
for sure.
Do ODP. And then here you are, you come home, and Will is in year 2, St. Mary's College. All right. Now you've had this incredible national, international experience, and you're going to play college. What is that like, first and foremost? What was the transition like? I know this is year 2, but for like my son, he's a incoming freshman. For those athletes who are stepping in, what's the difference, like commitment-wise?
It's definitely a step up. Like I think regardless, like especially like depending on like I think anywhere you go to school, it's going to be a step up. Like I'm either training or playing a game in season 6 out of 7 days of the week. Like we only get rest on Sundays.
Commitment.
Like it's such a crazy
Locked
commitment.
in.
And on top of that, especially because I'm a Division III athlete, we have to like school's like right there in and everything. So we have to work our days around our practices and our games.
Yes.
So yeah, it's definitely something that's a bit of a challenge, but like it's something that you get used to. You have to kind of like take on and then like get used to it in a sense. Like it's not something that's you have to adapt or you're gonna fall behind in a sense.
To be fair, we often speak about the lessons learned on the pitch that translate to off. And these are life lessons that, yes, you need to manage all this because let me tell you, in the real world, we're juggling all sorts of different balls and you got to keep them going.
Yeah.
So has it been an amazing time? Talk to me about year one. What's year two going to be like at St. Mary's?
Well, year one was amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better year. I mean, I think we won our conference our first year. We did really well in the conference, so I was very glad to do that and to celebrate with my team. We had our ups and downs. Definitely, we started the season off a little slow, but I think like just our team connectiveness and like what we talked about a lot in the locker room helped us kind of get to that next stage and help us win our conference and make the NCAA tournament.
Awesome.
So
what was that like?
Oh, it was crazy. It was it was an incredible experience. Unfortunately, I didn't play that game, but
it's okay.
I hope I can get there next year. So that's the goal. That's the goal.
We're gonna be cheering you on, Will.
Thank you. Yeah, but I think it was an incredible experience for sure. Like being on the team and it's just such a great environment. My team at least is such a great environment, and my coach is incredible. If you hear this and you want to do Division III, Alan Oliver, reach out. One of the best. I think he's one of the best coaches. Like if you want like a people coach, like he's a great soccer coach, but like he's someone who connects with like our team on a very personal level and makes us feel like very just wanted and very like a team that wants to be together in a sense.
I want to give this guy a hug. Yeah, this is what it's all about.
He's a great guy. He's
what a leader.
Yeah, he's a great leader, and he pushes us. He knows when to push us, and he knows when to kind of support us.
Yes,
so yeah, he's definitely a great coach, and he's a lot of the reason why I came. And yeah.
Was he? I was going to ask the recruitment process. He was behind that?
Yeah, him and this other guy, he unfortunately left. He's assistant coach at Columbus Crew 2 now. Shout out Alessandro Burlu, great guy.
Congratulations.
He was he did a lot of the recruiting. He was another great guy. He used to play at St. Mary's. They both actually did, but yeah, he used to play at St. Mary's like not actually long ago, like 5 years ago. And he helped a lot with the recruiting, and he was very positive to me and my family, very like supportive and wanted us to kind of feel wanted and welcome into the St. Mary's community.
That's what I feel the U.S. needs to do a little bit better, is making football is life, where we are loved by the club, the schools, the teams, the way the village loves the club, the players, and the teams. I mean, shout out to St. Mary's for rocking that culture. We were talking, you said, awesome experience. Let's talk about a not so awesome experience that you are a major advocate for, which is sudden cardiac arrest. I am now starting to. We witnessed this with the Buffalo Bills. We saw DeMar Hamlin drop. What happened to you? Share your story and the reason that this conversation is so important. Everybody listen to us.
So I kind of talked a lot about my second year at ODP because my first year of ODP was cut short. In the Maryland friendlies, which is about in like February. It was February 17th of 2022. I collapsed while playing ODP. We were playing, I think, Pennsylvania. I collapsed on the field. I had a sudden cardiac arrest. I had CPR and AED shocks during the game. We had to stop. They stopped like all the games for the day. From what I've heard at least,
major.
It was a crazy.
This is where the game takes a seat. And we recognize the love for our humans, our brothers and our sisters. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I was saved on the field by a guy named Ethan. Not Ethan. Well, the kid's name was Ethan Sevenson. He was on my team. His dad, Mr. Sevenson. He's a great guy. He was a former EMT, Secret Service guy. I'm so blessed that he was there to just help start CPR on me. And then also thank you to ODP as well, because they had the trainers there to do AED shocks and wait till till the ambulance was able to get there to take me to the hospital. So I think
when you say these shocks, is that the defibrillator?
yeah, the AED defibrillator.
So
yeah,
important
incredibly
to have
important.
them by and on the fields.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later, but I think like yeah, just it was such a blessing. Just I mean, like it was like one of the worst. It's probably one of the worst experiences of my life, and it probably will be for my entire life. But I think like it just brought me so much more, like just a new outlook on life and a new way to like think about things. And I think like through that experience, through having open heart, I did have open heart surgery as a result because I had like a heart malformation, which is why it happened. It was very cold and like. Kind of with my condition, when you get to the age I was about 15, 16 years old, like that's kind of when it shows up. So like your body's able to like keep up for the longest time, but like when it is that age, it's harder to keep up when you're working.
It's kind of
hard.
like a silent attacker.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, because like I literally had it my whole life, never felt any problems, but like it was kind of like that's kind of just when it showed up. So yeah,
amazing, brother, you're a miracle.
Yeah, really.
Sitting across from me, a miracle. Well, let's talk about those defibrillators and how important it is.
I think like it's one of those things like where it's really like you never know it's important until it actually happens. I've never like really thought about like CPR, AEDs in that kind of way. Like I would always like like laugh at it sometimes, like doing CPR on my friends or something like that. Like people do that. But it's like until like it's really someone like you never really it never really connects. Like and even still kind of with like people like the DeMar Hamlins of the world, the Bronny James of the world, like people still don't really get it. Like it's really like until it's like right in front of you. Like I've had my parents have known people who have like collapsed and died on football fields and stuff like that. And it's like a very widespread thing. It's not as uncommon. It's actually one of the highest killers of young people. Like over things like cancer, accident, like it's like up there with those kind of deaths. So I think it's something that's very important, but also it's not very talked about as much as well.
And that is why I'm really, for lack of better terms, excited. But I'm glad that we can bring this to the forefront. I'm glad that we can make people aware. Everybody watching this, I can't stress it enough. High schools, fields, they all need to be equipped with the defibrillators. They need to have personal trainers at the events who are trained in CPR. That was a miracle that your buddy's dad was prepared.
Yeah.
We were super lucky. I say this all the time, Will. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, yeah.
And in a world, I hate to even go here and say it, that's stupidly divided and crazy. It's all nonsense. If we can look into each other's eyes and we recognize we're just all one team, we are just one team, we need to help each other more. And man, what a story. You are a miracle, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep crushing it. And before we wrap this up, just one last question. And it's really aimed towards the next generation for our Maryland ODP players. Any advice? Do you have a message for them that you want to just inspire them or talk to them?
I think continue to work hard and continue to just focus on like your goals. And I think also kind of going back to like recruiting and also like just soccer, just be honest with yourself, be honest on things you need to work on, be honest on like what you want to do. And I think that you're going to have a good path for yourself. Like one thing for me that I wasn't really honest with myself at times. Like there were times I didn't look into myself, and I think I could have gone a lot further or done a lot better with my soccer if I would have just introspected. So I think one thing for Maryland, especially with the great coaches and great staff that we have here, definitely use the staff, use the coaches, and prepare the best you can. Don't especially if you're continuing and want to play in college, be honest with yourself and continue to work hard, because that's all college soccer is really. One thing I would describe just soccer in general and just kind of college soccer, if you work harder, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win. If your teams are level, if you're gonna work hard, if you're working hard in the other team, you're gonna win. So I think just continuing to work hard, continuing to push yourself in those environments, and just continue to just love the game, because at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity to play. You get to play. It's not something that you have to do. There's so many kids in the world who can't play soccer or don't play on grass fields, don't play on turf.
So true.
And it's just a great opportunity, especially for Maryland. We have this great ODP system. So yeah, just continue to lean on the people in your life that you can, and just continue to push forward.
Play, have fun.
Oh yeah.
Commitment. It has been so cool hanging with you, Will. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, anytime.
Continued success. Shout out St. Mary's College. Let's go
yeah.
get them. And we're going to see Will in the NCAA tournament this year. I'm
yeah.
predicting it right here on the line.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back on the line. William was awesome. We're talking players, we're talking ODP, but now we're getting into the elite coaching. And I'm here with Coach Sarah Dewitt. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for being here. How are you today?
I'm good, doing well. How about you?
Me, I'm excited to have you here because we're getting into ODP tryouts at the beginning of September. So I know you're a former ODP player. I know you're an ODP coach, and I know you've got a lot of insight to the program. Before, though, we get into ODP, quickly, just how did you find ODP and your career coming up to just, let's say, before you got into college?
So I played ODP, Maryland ODP, from U13 through U17, played on the regional team, was a big part of my soccer identity growing up, part of what helped me play in college, go on to play overseas. So ODP.
Huge. I want to talk so much about the professional Australian team, but that's another interview.
But yes,
so cool.
ODP has been a huge part of my life growing up. So now that I'm into coaching, it only made sense for me to come back and partake in the coaching side of ODP.
Well, when I was telling people I'm going to have Coach Sarah Dewitt on here, like, you're going to love her. She is the best. So you're from Annapolis, played some Maryland Rush, also the ODP program. Then you went to college in New York at, you said, St. Francis?
Yep, St. Francis College.
Now, how do you think ODP prepared you for that next level?
So playing in college, obviously you have to have a lot of commitment. You have to be very dedicated to your sport. And I like to say you really have to love it because you're doing it every single day.
Yes.
For many hours of the day.
Yes, and it's not just soccer, friends. It's exercising,
it's
eating
like
right.
Hours and hours, and you have to be willing to make a lot of sacrifices for maybe social life. You don't have as much of that because you're on the field all the time.
Yep.
So for me, playing ODP growing up was an extra night of soccer training, going to regional events, having to miss school functions because I have an ODP event. But at the end of the day, that was what my love was. So,
in thinking about it, too, because, friends, if you're not aware, the Olympic Development Program is ODP, and it's in conjunction with your club.
Yeah.
So, again, we're talking about extra soccer.
Correct. So
extra
you're adding
time.
on
Yes.
whatever you're doing in club, and most of the clubs nowadays, you can't miss. You don't have the flexibility to do that, so you're trying to manage pieces. I mean, I know kids this year who were going to ODP practice from 6 to 7:30 and then getting in the car and going to club practice from 7:45 to 9 because they kind of were needed at both. So it's definitely the commitment, and you also have to find time to get schoolwork in there for these kids. So
it's a lot.
It is.
It is a lot. And we also talk about how we learn like skills on the field and off the field around the sport that totally translate into life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so managing all these multiple schedules really does play as we
and I think that
become
goes
big
even
kids.
further than just college. Like being an athlete and having to juggle multiple schedules and still find ways to get what needs to get done can help you then going forward in professional life,
Everything.
working, pretty
family.
much.
It's
families.
really it's special.
Yeah.
So speaking of special, how did you hear about ODP, and then what motivated you as a player to get involved?
So I have 3 older siblings, 2 of whom played soccer growing up. So my big sister, actually, I was involved at the younger ages, and that kind of just made sense for me to follow in her footsteps. And soccer was kind of like my passion at the time, and so I wanted to kind of test myself and kind of see how good I really was compared to other players, and also have the opportunity to meet other players from other teams. And
they talk about the competition being truly elevated. Talk to us about it. What about the skill level of the higher athletes trying out? How did it make you feel as a player, and what did it do to your game?
So I think the biggest thing for me is every player on ODP is probably one of the strongest players in their club team. So if you are the strongest player in your club team, well, so are the 12 girls standing next to you. So now it's not only are you competing, against yourself, but you're competing against players who are just as good or better. Positionally, you have to maybe step into a new role because
Mm.
maybe you're the best forward on your club team, but you're not the best forward on the ODP team, but maybe you could be the best outside back or
Getting goosebumps. This is awesome, and this is what elevates a
Yeah.
player's game.
so it's a challenge for players to kind of step up and also to step out of their comfort zone of, okay, if I can't be the best in this role, where can I be the best or how can I become the best
Amazing.
in
See,
that role?
and that's why we're playing with the best, and we're being coached by the best. So, how do you use your own ODP experience kind of to help guide the players you coach?
For me, I think, a huge thing is just trying to encourage these girls to step out of their comfort zones, be brave when you're on the field. You're not always going to have your best game or your best practice, but your coach should know what you're capable of and, just emphasizing that communication, showing up every day, giving it your best, being willing to step out of your comfort zone. I always tell players, coaches love players that can play multiple positions.
It's so true.
That's a big thing for me is like I know what you're capable of as a forward, but I don't need a forward right now. I need somebody who can, step into this role in the midfield or step into this role in the back line, and you're brave enough to try it. I might expect that you're not going to be tip-top shape in that position on the first go, but
Fair.
maybe that's where you're going to find your thing.
It's amazing. And because I'm a dad of players, so I see the evolution that you speak of. And I also, because I know you're a varsity high school coach as well for Mount St. Mary's.
St. Mary's High
St.
School.
Mary's.
Mhm.
Awesome. And it's interesting because my kids who are club players, there may be somebody in the position on the high school team, and you have to play an alternate spot. And it's really cool to see a player be open-minded, accept that challenge, take it on, because it is scary, and then to excel at it, I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
it's amazing to watch.
That's kind of my biggest, feedback to these players is like when I was a forward growing up, and in ODP I was a center forward, and then I went to college and my coach said, you're going to play the 6.
Dang.
You're going to play holding
There it
midfield.
is.
And so I
Yes.
played 4 years of collegiate Division I soccer as a holding midfielder, never stepping foot in the forward line.
What did you prefer as a player? Talk now,
Well,
full info.
I
We want to
learned
know.
to love midfield.
There you go.
And my biggest thing is I want to be on the field.
There it is. I
so
want to play.
I want to help my team, and if my team needs me in the back line, I'll play center back.
Oh,
If my
Sarah,
team needs me
yes.
in the midfield,
Yes.
I want to be on the field in that starting spot in the midfield. When I went overseas, I became a forward again.
Wow.
Back to my roots.
Okay, so back at striker.
I went into a training session and I said, I've been playing midfield, and they said, well, you're going to play forward.
Look at that.
So-
Flexibility.
Correct.
It's
So
so
I think
key.
for ODP, it's a great opportunity for these kids to step out of their zone a little bit and challenge themselves.
And for the record, Coach Sarah here, who has floated between midfield and offense, is a 23 goal scoring Golden Boot player. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, I think it caught myself a little bit off guard when I went over there because I had just spent years playing defense and midfield. So
But you were drilling him there. League player of the year in your debut season.
pretty exciting.
It's
I
very
was-
exciting.
Yeah, I was very blessed with that experience and had great teammates, coaches behind me. They believed in me.
And I think a lot of it had to do with your experience through the ODP program.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Man,
you know.
so professional soccer in Australia. Talk to us quickly, because I'm so geeking out about this. Like, how is it different compared to U.S. soccer?
I think the biggest thing that I noticed was that us Americans, we play a lot more physical.
Interesting. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Physically, I'm 5'9", I'm taller, I'm good in the air. So in
Love it.
Australia, like I could kind
played.
of be a force,
Yes.
and it was something that opponents didn't face all the time. I think the game, depending on where you go, it varies. I did a stint in Costa Rica as well, and their
Ooh.
players are smaller, move the
Okay.
ball very quickly. So it just, depending on where you go, it's different, and you have to be able to just jump in and
Man,
play and bring your skill while also matching theirs. And
you're giving me the chills, because I am also a former player, not good or anything. Travel when I was a kid, bet. I didn't even go to college. But soccer for me is the world's sport. And you
for
just
sure.
proved it. You're traveling to Australia. You're going to Costa Rica. We may have language barriers.
Yeah.
However, we can still play soccer together.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's only 11 people on the field, and It's the same positions. It's the same game. So that's kind of the beauty of it.
Just got a ball. You got something that we're going to shoot on, some form of a
Exactly.
goal, and boom, we play. So, all right, what was it like winning the Golden Boot Player of the Year, first pro season? I mean, that was definitely epic.
Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting, but I think, the biggest thing for me was that my whole team was behind me on it. So they wanted me, they were encouraging me every game. It was like, get another one, get 2, like, can you get 3?
Wow.
It was kind of like a race between me and another player from a different club. So to have the feeling of my own team encouraging me to really put in the extra work, I think that's what made it so special, is that I wasn't on my own.
That's incredible.
For the journey. They were right there with me.
And I also sing the praises of team.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer is a team sport. I feel like
Yeah.
a little bit in the club world here, we lose that aspect, and
Mhm.
it becomes a little bit more about the individual, and we're trying to shuffle around levels of travel and blah, blah, blah. Team.
And
When
I think ODP actually emphasizes that a lot, and you don't
See?
realize it because
Mm.
you're all individuals. But if you play as 11 individuals in the field, you're never going to be able to show what you're capable of. And you have to be, high-level players need to be able to jump in and play with other high-level players and have those connections and, chemistry on the field with only knowing each other for a few hours. And that plays right into college too, going to showcases, going to ID clinics. Good players can jump in and play with anybody.
This is genius. You should be taking this in. Make notes, friends. Sarah, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Lastly, what's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you when you were a younger player and starting ODP?
I think the biggest advice I could give kids is just be brave and be willing to try new things. Just do your thing and you'll do great.
I love that. It's so well said. Coach, you're an all-star. Thank you for stopping by On the Line. We're going to get you to come back another time so we can totally talk about Australia, because I want to go travel to Australia. I want to play soccer in Australia. We had Eric McAleer from World Strides, and I know ODP does some incredible trips.
He did my ODP
Really?
Europe trip, yeah.
See, and we're a family. We're a tight-knit group here. It was so cool having you, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Continued success. And again, you're going to be heading up the varsity girls at St. Mary's.
We are getting started next week.
All
So
right. We'll have a great season. We're going to be
Thank
keeping
you.
an eye on you. Back on the line. This time we got a heavy hitter with the player, Austin Veach. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So we're all about ODP this episode, and you've got quite the career. Could you give us a little summary of your career from youth up into college?
Yeah, so I started out with club at Freedom Soccer Club, and then I went to Coppermine. And in the middle of that, I found out about ODP from players on my team and my mom. She actually played when she was younger. So
No kidding.
Yeah.
So mom
She
knows how to work the field.
Yeah. She gave me a pretty positive comment about it, and
Aw.
I tried out, and it went great. Yeah.
See, so parents, it's real important to encourage and support your players.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we feel like they never listen to us, they actually listen.
Yeah.
Austin, we appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
So what was your experience then with ODP?
Yeah, I mean, the state team, it actually brought a lot of information into me leading up to regional and national. It told me a lot of tactics and really just everything you need to know about soccer and leading up and leading me to be successful.
I believe that club is a great place to play ball, and
Yeah.
it's a great place to learn. ODP, though, is
Yeah.
that next level I find that really kind of helps you to raise your hand
Yeah.
when you're looking for that next level of play. So whether it be college, whether it be professional,
Yeah.
talk to us about that and that experience, because you played in college. What school did you go to?
I go to Lock Haven.
Lock Haven. And I hear you're quite the player over there, Captain.
Yeah.
Yes. So ODP helped you get to that level. How?
Yeah. It's really about the dedication. I mean, ODP, you have a lot of things going on in the week. You have video calls every weekend. You have training once or twice a week, and the coach is demanding on you, but it also helps you in sense of learning how to play your position, learning how to play with the team, tactics, and just, yeah.
So what was it like representing Maryland ODP and then moving to the ODP national team?
I mean, it's grateful to represent it, but I feel like the Maryland, it's kind of you're representing that state, and then when you get to national, it's kind of like you have a you have something on your back. I mean, you have to show out for USA, and you have to show that you can play at that level.
USA.
Yeah.
USA. Brother, I freaking love it.
Yeah.
So you've played for the national team and you've traveled.
Mhm.
Where have you been and what have you seen?
I've been to Italy, Costa Rica, and Spain.
All right. Now, in each of those countries,
Mhm.
definitely unique, different brands of soccer
Yeah.
versus U.S. What did you learn? What did you experience? What do you think?
It's kind of like a live or die over there, I feel like.
Yes.
I mean, compared to games here and there, it's just the physicality. It's like they want the ball more than you do, and they just, they want to overtake you.
I talk about that all the time. I've got 3 kids who play
Yeah.
soccer as well. And I can't, no walking, no jogging. It's
Full
run.
sprint.
It's full
Yeah.
sprint, right? All the time there.
Yeah.
Tell me how important, like in training,
Mhm.
running is. I know it's often like the least favorite part for us players to
Yeah.
do.
I mean, training should be harder than games. Going into games, you should feel like you already know how to do this, and training kind of sets you up for that and gives you everything you need to execute it 100% on the field.
Do me a favor for our high school and club players.
Yeah.
Explain to them the difference of club and high school ball versus national ODP.
I feel like national ODP, it's kind of like 18 players from all over the country at that position. They're the best of the best. Where in club, and high school, it's probably players selected an hour or 2 away from that certain club. So it's still good, but
Yeah.
it's not wide. It's not, the whole country.
I got to use the term. It's elite.
Yeah.
It really is. And congratulations
Thank you.
on being a part of that crew. What did it mean to you to serve as captain? You were U17 Maryland ODP and U18 for the regional team.
Yeah, I kind of think of it, kind of made me think of myself as a coach, trying to put them in my shoes. It's like you have to give responsibilities to the team if that's on the field, off the field, making sure they execute, making sure they understand their role and what needs to come in the game and on the field. Yeah.
What is it like? I mean, now you're playing Division II,
Yeah.
NCAA ball. That's some pretty tough competition.
Yeah. Bigger, I would say, and a
Bigger.
lot faster.
Yes. The size.
Yeah.
So you find yourself in gyms more often.
Yeah.
All right.
A
So
lot
now
more, yeah.
weight training is becoming a part of it.
Yeah.
Diet.
Diet's a huge thing.
See?
Even if you work out, the diet's, that's what gets you bigger.
It's a
And it
huge
gets you
thing.
better, yeah.
Parker's my son. He's 16, and
Mhm.
he's our skin and bones, and we keep talking protein, protein, protein.
Yeah.
Any other suggestions beyond protein?
Sleep is a big one.
Nice.
need to
He's
prioritize
great
that,
at that.
yeah.
He's
And
really
then
good at sleep.
Just kind of understanding what your body needs, carbs before games, and
Nice. See, younger players, these are real important things that go into soccer
Yeah.
beyond ball control.
Yeah.
There is a whole world out there. Let's talk about college.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of our players would like to. That's like you could do high school ball,
Mhm.
but then that, being professional is a very challenging level to achieve.
Yeah.
So therefore, college, I think it's really key. What advice do you give to younger players who now are trying to go through the recruitment process? How do you raise your hand and how do you stand out?
It's long and it's
Mm.
stressful, but I would say a lot of kids, I feel like, you have to know what your academics are at first. That kind of sets apart schools.
Yes.
I'm lucky that I knew what major I wanted to do early, so I kind of set out what schools fit my profile of what I wanted to go
What-
to.
Just out of curiosity, what is that major?
Marine biology.
Very
Yeah.
nice. So, see, brains and technical
Yeah.
sportiness. Student athlete.
Yeah.
We talk about student comes first,
Yeah.
but it's also real hard to balance.
Yeah. And then I guess getting to ID camps is crucial for schools that you need to
Okay.
get seen at. It's just a lot of exposure, just getting in contact with them soon.
And I feel like the ODP exposure really kind of separates
Yeah.
the boys from the men in this conversation or the girls from the women when I'm
Mhm.
talking about my ladies.
Yeah.
So for ODP, any recommendations to motivate young players who think they can do it but may have that doubt?
That's kind of what I was when I first started out. I feel like a lot of kids come in nervous thinking that they need to be flawless, when in reality, coaches are really just looking for players that better other players on the field, and when they make mistakes, don't keep their head down and just are determined to get better.
Get the goosebumps all the time
Yeah.
on this show because that is some beautiful, advice.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Often I talk about it on the line that team seems to get lost,
Yeah.
in my opinion, in U.S. soccer. I don't know about overseas because I've never traveled, but when I think a team stays together and creates these social bonds and really, I don't know, hold each other up when they're feeling down, like you see the difference.
Yeah.
So teamwork makes the dream work. All righty. Looking back at everything you've accomplished, and you have quite the resume, my friend.
Yeah.
From state championships in high school, 19U state cup champion, to Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of?
It's hard, but I would probably have to say the state championships in high school.
Yeah?
Just because I feel like it's a kid's dream to win one for their high school, and
That's big.
I got to do it both in 2 sports.
And you were the captain there as well,
Yeah.
weren't you? My captain, man.
Yeah.
Austin, quite the career. However, that Eagle Scout
I know. Yeah.
is, again, goosebumps. That speaks to who you are as a human being.
Mhm.
And, man, it's an honor to sit across from an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
So that you should be quite proud of.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, because I know he's got to get to soccer, was training. Because when you're at Austin's level, you want to be there, you've got to work hard.
Yeah.
So with the advice you would give to younger players thinking about trying out, and what do you wish you knew for your first tryout?
That no one's the best at what they do. That takes time, and I think ODP is a challenge, but it's also a way to challenge yourself to get better, and it puts people in that state with other better players to better themselves as a team, and with that you can get more looks with colleges and anything, along the way,
So do it.
Yeah.
Life will be throwing you mountains to climb, and you will have plenty of self-doubt, and trust your boy P. I know that feeling, but you don't give into it.
Yeah.
Just head down and barrel through. And then you might be like my captain over here,
Yeah.
Eagle Scout Austin Veach. Lastly, this wasn't on your paper.
Mhm.
What would you like to see for your future? If you could paint the future, where would you like to go from now?
My dream is to be a professional football player. Yeah.
Yes. And I love how you said football.
Yeah.
Because here we call it soccer, but I like to call it.
Yeah.
Would you like to play overseas?
I would, yeah. If the possibility comes, yeah.
That would be amazing. Well, I really hope it presents itself to you. Captain Austin, I appreciate your time
Thank you.
and sharing the views of ODP. Tryouts are coming in September. If you're thinking you're ready for it, that means you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Get out there and try.
Get out there.
Thank you so much, Austin.
Thank you
Best
for
of
having
luck,
me.
brother. Another epic episode of On the Line. Quick shout out to William, Coach Sarah, and my captain, Austin. You all rocked. And if you think you got what it takes to be an ODP, well, tryouts are coming this September. We've got all the information for you in the description of the podcast. Click the link and try. If you think you got what it takes, that's what is the spark. Now go fire it up, and we'll catch you on the next On the Line.